Since Newcastle United's takeover, there's been many managers rumored to go to Newcastle United, with the likes of Antonio Conte, Steven Gerrard, Roberto Martinez, and now the guy who tops that list of the managerial list set to take over Steve Bruce's role is Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard has now come out as number one on the list, and this is very interesting because Frank Lampard obviously didn't have a great time at Chelsea. That did not go as well as he would have liked to plan. And now he's topping the list at Newcastle United to become the successor of Steve Bruce and the guy to start and lead the takeover for Newcastle and the new era of Newcastle United at St. James's Park. But guys, before we jump into things, make sure to hit that sub button. It means the world to me. It means I can keep growing the channel the best I can. Drop a like down below and let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. What you think about Frank Lampard taking over Newcastle United. But guys, we're going to jump straight into things. Lampard is being rumored to go to Newcastle United to become the new successor of Steve Bruce and the man to start the new era. Do I think this is the right move for Lampard? Personally, I do. I think Newcastle is the perfect landing spot for Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard's needed a big club, a club to revive, a club to take over. And I've always said Newcastle is a great landing spot for like a Frank Lampard or Steven Gerrard. I feel like they were always a perfect stepping stone for a younger English manager to take over the club and keep moving on up their managerial career and success. Because Newcastle is a massive club in the likes of English football. Champions League team, a Europa League team. They're just always used to be in the thick of things until Mike Ashley came over and those 14 years were absolutely dreadful. But the only way I ever saw Frank Lampard or Steven Gerrard going to Newcastle and being able to help their successive career or to make their career more successive is if there was a new manager or new owner that came in. Because under Mike Ashley, they would have never got the financial backing to refresh the squad, retool, and make a squad how they want it. Because Frank Lampard obviously used some money at Chelsea and Steven Gerrard has used money at Rangers. But for me, Frank Lampard was always the perfect guy for this. At Newcastle, you're going to need to bring in some youth. You're also going to bring in some experience. Look what Lampard did with that amazing team at Chelsea. He brought in a bucket load of youth that he had a Derby around the loan squad that they had. And he had a great team when he wasn't able to bring in or buy players. And, of course, that second season wasn't Frank Lampard's best. But I do think this is the perfect spot for him. He can revive a huge club in England in Newcastle United, and he can start off his career better. Because for me, Frank Lampard is going to be one of the great managers out there in England. For the English managers out there, he'll be up there with Graham Potter and all these guys. Because I think he's got the tools. I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's going to be a great successive manager. I just think he needs the right team to take over. He needs the right players. He needs the backing. And for me, they have some quality players already that you can work with, and some that can be in the future, in there for the future. I think Frank Lampard has the right blend of players there right now, but he will also get the backing in January, where he can move around players, he can bring in players. I think this is going to suit him very well, because Newcastle is just that kind of a team that should be back up to where they should be, which is 10th plus. And working their way towards Europa League, because they should definitely be up there, and we know they're going to work their way up there. The hardest part will be for Frank Lampard to get the buying right and the players correct, because I do think he's amazing with youth and youth development, but he also is going to need to find the right players experience-wise. That's where a sporting director has come in. I'll talk about that in a separate video on who they're targeting, because that is very interesting, and that'll really guide their path to success for Newcastle United. But Frank Lampard is the perfect man for me to take over the Newcastle United role. He needs that jumpstart in his career. He needs to get back into the swing of things. Even Olivier Giroud came out yesterday saying it's the perfect move. Frank Lampard should go to Newcastle, and I don't agree with him more. I think Frank Lampard is the guy for the job, and he really deserves it. I think if you're looking at a young English manager, Frank Lampard is the man. He's going to embody what you should in the press conference. He speaks the right way. On the field, he'll play the right style of football. I loved watching his style of football at Chelsea when he did play it. And he's a great manager. It's going to be very interesting to see what he can do at Newcastle United. I really hope they can land him, because I think Frank Lampard would be a gem of a manager to get in there. But like I said, sporting director is going to be massive as well. It's all going to come on. Do they buy right? Do they bring in the right players? Do they actually buy towards the system? Of course they're going to. That's what the ownership wants to do. But it's going to be, can Frank Lampard put that in the pitch and play it correctly? And I think he will be the right guy. it's just going to be interesting to see who they do get in, because there's Frank Lampard, Graham Potter, Eddie Howe, Antonio Conte, Roberto Martinez, Steven Gerrard. Everybody top echelon managers are being rumored to take this job, and it's no surprise. But for me, Graham Potter, Antonio Conte, and Frank Lampard are the big three for me, and I'd love to see Frank Lampard take the job. But guys, like I said, Newcastle United, new manager. This can be very interesting. It's going to be a roller coaster up and down. Not sure when it's going to be when it's going to actually get appointed, or when we're going to see Steve Bruce actually get sacked. But I'll be on the ride with you guys the whole time, covering every single piece of news for you guys while this crazy ride's happening in the world of football. But guys, let me know what you guys think of Frank Lampard taking over the Newcastle United manager job over Steve Bruce and starting the new era at Newcastle United at the takeover. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Drop a like, drop a sub, means the world to me. I'll be back with more videos to come later today, guys, but I'll see you for the next one. Peace.